Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem. So yesterday, at the moment we're discussing what? Fa'il, yes? The first of the marfu'at. Okay? Now, yesterday we discussed the number of the fa'il and the fa'il. What do we say? When the fa'il comes after the fa'il will always be what? Mufrad. Correct? Yes. And when the fa'il comes first as a mubtada and the zamir refers back to the fa'il, the mubtada, then it has to match. But we said there are a few examples like وَأَسَرُّوا النَّجْوَ الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا, and also يَتَعَاقَبُونَ فِيكُمْ مَلَائِكَةٌ بِاللَّيْلِ وَالنَّهَارِ, on the lugha of أَكَلُونِ الْبَرَاغِيثِ. There's an exception that some Arabs did make it change. But the general rule is when the fa'il is first, fa'il afterwards, fa'il will always be singular. When the pronoun comes first, when the noun comes first and it refers back to the pronoun, they must match in number. Now today we're going to discuss gender. What are we going to discuss? The gender of the fa'il, of the fa'il. How the fa'il will change to match the fa'il. What are we going to discuss? How the fa'il changes its gender to match the fa'il. So before we go into the text, let me summarize it for you. So, let's look. We've got a mu'annas fa'il. What do we have? A mu'annas fa'il. So the mu'annas fa'il can either be zahir, or the opposite of zahir is mudmar. What does zahir mean? You have the fa'il first, then you have what? Fa'il. That's what I mean by zahir. Okay? Now, the fa'il can either be mu'annas majazi or mu'annas haqiqi. What does mu'annas majazi mean? Mu'annas majazi is something which is grammatically feminine. It is not biologically feminine. It's not a real female. Correct? And haqiqi, the opposite of majazi is what? Haqiqi, meaning what? A real female. Whether it's a human being or an animal, doesn't matter. So if you have mu'annas majazi, what do we have? The fa'il is a mu'annas majazi, something which is grammatically feminine, not a real feminine. You have khiyar, you have a choice. What can you do? You can bring the fa'il as mudhakkar or mu'annath. What do you have? You have a choice. Okay? Okay, so for example, Allah says in the Quran, وَجُمِعَ الشَّمْسُ. Is shamsu not feminine? Mu'annas sama'i. Correct? It's mu'annas sama'i, isn't it? So shouldn't it be jumi'ah? Jumi'at. It could be jumi'at because it's got khiyar. But because shams is what kind of feminine is it? Is it a real feminine? Is it a female? No. It's mu'annas majazi. Because it's mu'annas majazi, you can say jumi'a shams or jumi'at. It's jumi'a shams in the Quran. Okay? Okay? You can also say, for example, you can say gharabati shams. You say gharabati shams, or you can say jumi'a shamsu wal qamar. It's a Quran ayah. So gharab, because why? You got a khiyar, you got a choice. Because it's not a real feminine. Okay? If it's jam' mukassar, irrespective of whether it's mu'annas or not. If it's jam' mukassar, because a jam' mukassar in Arabic is what? Mu'annath. A jam'ul mukassar is what? Mu'annath. For example, what's the third para? Third juz of the Quran, how does it start? Tilka rusul. Rusul is jama' mukassar. So it's feminine. You have tilka, not hadhihi or ha'ula'i or ulaika. Or you have tilka. Because any mukassar is feminine. That's the rule, grammatically. But because it's not really feminine, you got a bit of a choice. What do you have again? You got a khiyar. Okay? You can bring it what? Masculine, or you can bring it feminine. So for example, in Surah Yusuf it says here, وَقَالَ نِسْوَةٌ فِي الْمَدِينَةِ وَقَالَ نِسْوَةٌ. The women said. Yes, some women said. So niswa, what is it? A broken plural? Therefore we have the choice of saying qala or qalat. In here we have the word qala. What comes elsewhere in the Quran? وَقَالَتِ الْأَعْرَابُ. The Bedouins and the villagers, what do they say? They say whatever. فقالت, because Arab is a plural of Arabiyyun. So you have a'rab. So you have qalatil a'rab.
Yeah.
Correct? Yes? If it's mu'annas haqiqi. If it's mu'annas haqiqi. Okay? If it's what? Mu'annas haqiqi. Okay, if it's mu'annas haqiqi, then you have to bring what? You have to bring mu'annath. For example, sorry. If it's mu'annas haqiqi, then you got a choice again. You have to look. Is the verb directly linked, or not directly, is the fa'il directly after the fa'il? Sorry. Is the fa'il directly after the fa'il? If it is, or if it isn't, two choices. Muttasil or munfasil. Munfasil means it is broken up. There's a fasl, there's a space, there's a fasila. If there's a fasila, what is there? If there is a fasila, then what happens? Then what do you need to do? Then you have a choice. You have khiyar again. It says here, وَإِذَا جَاءَكَ إِذَا. Let me put that in red so we know you have a choice here. We have what? إِذَا جَاءَكَ الْمُؤْمِنَاتِ. Sorry. إِذَا جَاءَكَ الْمُؤْمِنَاتِ يُبَايِعْنَكَ. When the believing women come to you. So what is ka here? What's ka? In Arab, what is it?
Maf'ul.
It's maf'ulun bihi. So between the fa'il and the fa'il, what do we have? A fasila, a separation. So the fa'il is munfasil anil fa'ili. The fa'il is where? It is after the fasila. Therefore you got a choice. إِذَا جَاءَ, and here we have the mudhakkar. Correct?
Yeah.
Yes? So إِذَا جَاءَكَ الْمُؤْمِنَاتِ.
Yes.
Correct? Okay. Yes?
Yeah.
If it's muttasil, there's a fa'il, there's a fa'il, and immediately after the fa'il, immediately after the fa'il, what do we have? Fa'il. Then we have to bring ta'neeth. وَقَالَتِ امْرَأَةُ الْعَزِيزِ وَقَالَتِ امْرَأَةُ الْعَزِيزِ. Here you have to say what? قالت, because the imra is a female, haqiqi, and it's straight away. So in all of these, the feminine element is weakened. In majazi, is it a real feminine? So it's a weak feminine element, you got a choice. The mukassar is broken, it's a ruling, grammatically it's mufrad, mu'annath, but is it really feminine? You got a choice. Haqiqi, yes, it is feminine, but because of the fasila, the feminine element has become weak. When you have a feminine, and straight away right there then, you got no choice, you have to follow them. Let's not comment on that one, yeah? Yes? So if your wife's away from you, you can get away. If she's right there next to you telling you what to do, you have to listen to her. Think of it that way. So when the wife straight after the fa'il, then you have to mu'annath, you have to be mu'annath. So when the female is straight after the fa'il have to become what? Mu'annath. So far so good? So recap. The fa'il comes after the fa'il. The fa'il comes where? After the fa'il. So you got a choice. غربت الشمس or غربت الشمس or غرب الشمس جميع الشمس. This is not Quranic ayat, so it's not Quranic ayat, but these are all Quranic ayat. جميع الشمس والقمر. قال نسوة جمع مكسر, you got a choice. قال نسوة, if you could also say قالت نسوة in other places. قالت الأعراب. And here إذا جاءك المؤمنات, because of the فاصلة. And here وقالت امرأة, قالت امرأة العزيز. What happens now?
Yeah.
Has to be mu'annath because it's straight away right there. If the fa'il is what? Mudmar, meaning what? What's the meaning of mudmar? Meaning you have mubtada, then a fa'il, then a you have a mubtada, then a fa'il, then a fa'il, which refers back to the mubtada. Mudmar, that's what I mean. So this fa'il and this fa'il, how do they agree? If it's mu'annas haqiqi, it must match. Okay? Meaning if the zamir is referring back to a mu'annas haqiqi, it must match. If it's referring, for example, if I say Maryamu, what would it be? Let's put that in. Maryamu, what would it be? Qala ya qalat. It has to be qala because Maryam was mu'annas haqiqi, it refers back to that. If it's mu'annas majazi, it also has to be what? Mu'annath. Because it's not after, it's before it. So for example, look at Surah Kahf. وَتَرَى الشَّمْسَ say وَتَرَى الشَّمْسَ. You will see the shamsa. إِذَا, what is it? إِذَا طَلَعَتْ. Because the طَلَعَتْ is a mu'annas referring back to the shams. It's muzmar. It has to be mu'annas, even though it's majaz. You can't say وَتَرَى الشَّمْسَ إِذَا طَلَعَ. Because now, yes, if it was إِذَا طَلَعَ الشَّمْس, you could say طَلَعَ الشَّمْس. But when it comes before, and it refers back to it as a pronoun, you must say what now? Mu'annath. Fahimtun? And jama' mukassar, you got a choice. You can make it jama', you can make it match, or you can say, so you got khiyar here. What can you say? You can say, Ar-rijalu qamat. Because jama' mukassar is feminine, isn't it? But you can also say Ar-rijal what? Qamu. Have you understood this? What it says is a summary of it here. Correct? So, if you look at it here, if you go back, if you summarize it here, in here, you must bring a feminine. You must bring a feminine. When the fa'il comes after the fa'il is mu'annas haqiqi and there's no fasila. Or the fa'il is a zamir referring to a mu'annas. There you must, so in these three cases, you must bring what? A mu'annas fa'il. You must bring alam ta'anith on the fa'il. Correct? In the other cases, where the fa'il comes afterwards, whether it's majazi, mukassar, haqiqi, munfasil, or if it's jama' mukassar. In these cases, you have khiyar. You can do tadhkir or ta'anith. Do you understand? Yes? Okay. Now, let's go to the text now. Okay? So we're discussing tadhkirul fa'li wa ta'anithihi. Making the verb masculine or making it feminine. وَإِنْ كَانَ الْفَاعِلُ مُؤَنَّثًا حَقِيقِيًّا. And if the fa'il is mu'annath haqiqi, and I explained that before, and he says here, what's mu'annath haqiqi? This refers back to mu'annath haqiqi. In mu'annath haqiqi, ma bi'izaihi dhakarun min al-haywan. Is that opposite? In whose opposition? So in mu'annath haqiqi, is that in whose opposition? Dhakar, it means male. There is a male animal, a male living being. So yeah, Shams has qamar, but qamar is not male, is it? So if it's a human being, you know what mu'annath haqiqi is, isn't it? Yeah. Let's translate now. Huwa mu'annath haqiqi is that in whose opposition is a male. So if that is a scenario, unnitha al-fa'lu abada. The fa'l must be what? Mu'annas. Then he goes on, illam tafsil, if there's no fasila. Illam tafsil, if you do not make a space, or if you do not bring a fasila between the fa'il and the fa'il. For example, qamat hindun. So hindun is what? Mu'annas haqiqi or majazi? Haqiqi. And it comes after the fa'il directly or indirectly? Directly. Is there fasila? No. So you have to say qamat hindun. If I say yeah, correct? Wa in fassalta, if you bring a fasal, meaning the space, فَلَكَ الْخِيَارُ فِي التَّذْكِيرِ وَالتَّأْنِيثِ, you have a choice in tadhkir or ta'nith. Nahw daraba al-yawma hindun. Hind is in a bad mood today. What did she do? She hit. So because al-yawm is a fasila, you can say daraba or you can say darabat. وَإِنْ شِئْتَ قُلْتَ دَرَبَتِ الْيَوْمَ هِنْدٌ. And if you want, you can also say, if you shi'ta, if you wish. If you wish, you can also say دَرَبَتِ الْيَوْمَ هِنْدٌ. Yes? Okay. وكذلك في المؤنث غير حقيقي. If it's مؤنث مجازي غير حقيقي, another name for that is what? majazi. So if likewise in muannas majazi, what does that mean? If there's, you can say tala'at ash-shams muannath, wa in shi'ta qulta tala'a ash-shams, and if you wish you can say tala'a ash-shams. Okay? Okay? Right? This already came before. Okay? هذا إذا كان الفعل مسندا. He's not saying all of this is the first right side. This is when the fa'il is attributed to a mudhar. Meaning what? Fa'il first, then fa'il. Those rules I mentioned above is when the fa'il is attributed to a fa'il which is zahir. Meaning a fa'il comes afterwards. The right side of the table. وَإِن كَانَ مُسْنَدًا إِلَى الْمُضْمَرِ. If it is musnad to a mudhmar, meaning what? If there's a zamir, unnitha abada, you have to bring what? Ash-shamsu tala'at. You can't say ash-shamsu tala'a. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay? وَجَمْءُ التَّكْسِيرِ كَالْمُؤَنَّثِ غَيْرِ حَقِيقِي. And the jama' mukassar is like mu'annath غير حقيقي. You can say قام الرجال, وإن شئت قلت قامت الرجال, وَالرِّجَالُ قَامَتْ. And he doesn't mention, you can also say الرِّجَالُ قَامُوا if you want. You can say that as well. الرِّجَالُ قَامُوا. You can say that as well. And Jama' Taksir, see, he's not really like made it very clear. He's got this, then this, and if this, if that. You need to have it clear. He hasn't got like, you know, like very structured, but he's got all the rules, but it's not clear. Okay? You following? Do you understand? Yes? So, the main thing here is this table. And you can apply the text to the table. So this is the main thing you have to look at, this table. Okay? Yes? Okay? Yes? I mean, the translation is easy, but you apply the translation to the text, to the table. Okay? Subhanallah wa bihamdi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta wa nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.